Welcome to the Farmcast.
Welcome back to the Farmcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're back today with another episode. We're doing something a little new today, because we all like TV shows. We all like watching a couple episodes here and there. Treat yourself to an episode of Rick and Morty, no big deal. But
we all do.
The best thing about media in general are spin-offs. Spin-offs are beautiful because most of them are really bad, which is funny. I like to laugh. I like to laugh at things, and spin-offs are typically bad. Usually, sometimes you get a good one like Better Call Saul. There's another good one I know that had like a spin-off. Better Call Saul, I think, is like the best one off of Breaking Bad.
And then, all the others.
And then literally all of the others. I don't think there's...
See, but this brings up the issue with a lot of spin-offs. A lot of them, like you said, total trash. That's why we're coming in here today. We're speaking to the people. We're also speaking directly to the executives out there. We're trying to, we're having a good first impression here, and we're gonna let them know, like, we're gonna sort the good from the bad. And we did a little digging, did a little research, and we came up with what we believe to be the very best spin-offs that you can make as a company. And I believe that we have, 6, 7, 8. We got some strong ones that we're going to be able to rattle off for the people and the executives out there.
Yeah, this is speaking to the businesses. We're speaking to the people too. We're speaking for the people to the businesses.
Everybody knows us, real big businessmen.
Yep,
so.
That's why Kyle is looking very sharp today.
Gotta make my best impression.
Yeah, if my apartment had better AC, I would also wear something like that. Fenner also dressed up very sharp for the occasion as well.
Yep.
We're trying to appeal to all demographics here.
Yep.
We don't discriminate via pay or occupation.
Yep.
We're here for everybody. And we're
I am
making
wearing
off for everybody.
I am wearing my best ice fishing sweatshirt, so
okay.
maybe I am trying to appeal to the outdoors channel. We'll find out.
Well, I'll tell you who I'm trying to appeal to. CBS.
Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got the spin-off of the century. I've had this in my mind for 24 hours, maybe 48. And I think that's a lot. That's a lot for me. So a spin-off of... So everyone has their favorite show, The Big Bang Theory. Everyone watches The Big Bang Theory. Yeah. It is like one of the most successful sitcoms of all time. So successful that they did have a spin-off already with Young Sheldon. Exploring the lore, the early years, and origin story of everyone's favorite sitcom character, Sheldon Cooper.
Bazinga!
So,
that's the funny one.
That's the fun. Yeah, he's the one who says the funny words. Yeah. Have you guys? I generally don't know. Have you guys watched any episodes of Big Bang Theory or Young Sheldon?
Of course, I've seen some episodes of The Big Bang Theory.
I think everyone has.
Yeah.
I have watched very sparing amounts. Tell you what. Did not watch anywhere near the 12 seasons worth that apparently actually came out, which is unbelievable.
That is nuts. That is so fucking nuts that it lasted 12 seasons. 2008.
How many seasons is Young Sheldon cooking?
I think it's cooking on like 4 or 5.
Is it still active?
I think it just completed its 4th season. I learned, yes.
Shit.
And it got renewed for 2 more seasons, so it's for sure 2 more years. So, which is perfect, because I have another one. So, The Big Bang Theory just ended this May, and I'm going to kind of summarize it for you guys and the listeners who aren't caught up like I was. I'm sure...
Spoilers ahead.
Yep, spoilers. Don't think any of our listeners care if we spoil Big Bang Theory. That is what I think. But, so what happens is that a lot of must have happened in the 12 seasons, but eventually, Sheldon and his girlfriend get married. It's a big thing. They get married. They also win the Nobel Prize for, like, some law that they had. I don't know. They win it for something. Also, his friend, Penny, and her boyfriend, don't remember what his name is, they're having a kid, and they tell Sheldon, and he, like, he doesn't react at all because Sheldon's like, the same story arc they've had for him since season 1 is that he doesn't care about people or whatever, you know, he's a little weird. Yeah, bazinga, bazinga, bazinga. Hey Sheldon, we're giving birth to a child. Bazinga, bazinga. Oh man. Kyle, you okay there? but so he's, see, it's a crowd pleaser already. So he's he has so much anxiety. He has so much anxiety about everything that he doesn't that he doesn't care about anything. And
I'm so sorry.
We gotta let the audio listeners what's going on right now. So Kyle must be frozen or something. It looks like he fell asleep. I thought at first he was doing that in reaction to the bazinga bazinga. Oh my god. Oh, I'm crying.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh man, we could not get through this. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh fuck me, dude.
It's just going to be 2 straight minutes of us laughing at bazinga, bazinga, bazinga.
Oh my god. Because I'm thinking we're shouting bazinga at each other. This would get a reaction from Kyle. At first I thought maybe he just fell asleep. Oh my god. Holy shit. Well, oh my god, wow, it's good to be
That was incredible.
That was perfect timing. Perfect situation. Oh my god, I'm crying. But oh my god. But to recap while before Kyle gets back in here, so Sheldon, he has anxiety, I guess, is a big thing about Nobel Prize, married, his friends getting a kid, and Penny's like, oh no, you need change. So she takes him out to like grab a drink, and she's like, we gotta, you gotta be more open to change. And so he's like, okay, fair enough. And like they went to a bar because he had to, hinting at how the plot will develop. He had to be more open to change. So basically it ends. He apologizes. They're all angry at him. He apologizes during their Nobel Prize award ceremony thing, his speech. Big ending, la-di-da-di-da, happy ending, happy. Elevator's fixed. Apparently an elevator was broken for all 12 seasons.
That was the entire stick, is that the elevator never worked. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't even
always had to take the stairs. Always.
Oh. I figured it was like, I think I remember that. But yeah, It was just never fixed. So it's a big thing that finally in season 12 they get the elevator fixed. So that was cool. Right. It took them 12 seasons to get that elevator fixed. I get it. That's your shtick. That's cool. Yep. That's the payoff. If that's really going to be the payoff, then it is what it is. And Kyle is back. Let's go. Kyle, I'm just gonna.
Difficulties over on our end.
I'm just gonna say.
Power of spinoffs won't keep me away.
I'm just gonna say you were the funniest part of Farmcast history. You will have to watch the video. Glenn, you will have to watch the video. But basically, I was just recapping the final episode of The Big Bang Theory, and now we're getting into my real pitch. So just in time for the real shit. So they've already
just a recap, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Hey, not much has changed. I'm pretty sure it was the same character arcs and everything.
I'll give you a little recap of Zach's recap. The elevator is fixed.
Elevator's fixed.
That's funny.
Uh-huh.
It's the payoff. It's why you watch all 12 seasons. You had to see when the elevator gets fixed.
That's good stuff. That's funny stuff. Can't believe I missed that, but
Big Bang Theory.
Getting it third hand was even better.
Yeah. Big Bang Theory makes a lot of money, and the actress who plays Penny has already said she would be open to her own spin-off. But I'm not interested in Penny. I'm interested into our boy, our main protagonist, Sheldon Cooper. So I am pitching the show titled Old Sheldon. Okay. So, Star Wars, this is very similar to Star Wars. You had the original trilogy, which is in the middle. Then you had the prequel, and now I've got the sequel television show, Old Sheldon. So it's going to take place as Old Sheldon. So he's really old. Maybe like 60s, 70s. We can play around with it. And I really have to say, we have to let this cannot come out soon. This is in a couple of years. This is an investment, CBS. This cannot come out soon because, very similar to James Cameron, he always wanted to make Avatar, but he said back in the 90s he didn't have the technology for Avatar, so he had to wait until like a couple of years later when he could finally make Avatar. We don't have the technology for Old Sheldon yet, so we need technology to progress a little more for Old Sheldon to be possible. Now, once we get there, so it's going to be Old Sheldon taking place, with his wife, whatever. They're doing science stuff, and he's become a little, he's smarter than ever, but he's a little burnt out. So he's getting a little wild, trying new things. He wants to get inspired again. He won the Nobel Prize. He's got to get inspired again. So
he must expire.
Yeah.
God, I wish.
So, well, you won't after this. Trust me. This will sell you on Sheldon Cooper. But so
Sheldon Cooper.
Well, he could. We'll see. Maybe that's the series finale. That's the character arc end. So he starts doing more crazy. He's older and doing more crazy experimental stuff, and it's a little scary to the people in the neighborhood because it's like, wow, this really unhinged old man knows a little too much about things. Him and his wife have a kid, so he has a kid. And after a couple of years, his kid starts getting into science, kind of like a young Sheldon. Maybe he'll get his own spin-off from this.
How old is Old Sheldon?
Old Sheldon's he's like 60s, 70s.
Oh, okay.
The kid is going to be like...
We're talking about middle-aged Sheldon for a minute. It makes me think, I don't know if we want to miss too much of the Sheldon anthology. I think skipping to Old Sheldon right away might be a missed opportunity for, middle-aged Sheldon, early retirement Sheldon, Old Sheldon, post-mortem Sheldon. There's a lot of Sheldon lore I think we can cover.
Well,
I just want to make sure we're not skipping anything.
I might be, and maybe we could have a prequel series to Old Sheldon.
Okay.
Less older Sheldon. Middle-aged Sheldon. That'd be a lot of fun.
How about just Sheldon?
That's gonna be the art house film. It's gonna be a film, and it's just gonna be like Logan. How it's just like dark and like gritty. Sheldon. But so as I mentioned, also he has a lot of anxiety in the final episode of Big Bang Theory, which turns an Old Sheldon in my series into an alcoholic.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So, older Sheldon is an alcoholic, and he's getting his kid into science, and he starts working on experiments with him. And if you haven't been catching where I'm going with this wouldn't only be a Sheldon spin-off of Big Bang Theory. This would also be a live-action Rick and Morty.
Yes.
I
was getting those vibes.
Go another direction.
No.
I thought you were actually going to go another. What I thought you were going to say is that he starts to do experiments as he gets older, and his grandson, he starts hanging out with him more and more. Eventually, Sheldon gets so crazy they can't remember his own name. He doesn't remember his own name. Tells everybody to refer to him as Doc Brown, and then he and the grandson make Back to the Future. That's where this is going.
It's close.
A lot of directions. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You let the execs worry about that.
Yep. Right. But hey, I had to go with the funny guy. Sheldon's funny and Rick's funny, and so I was like, this is such a perfect segue. Maybe we can play where they lose their memory, go into a dimension, and now it's animated, and his name's Rick and Morty. but basically this ties in.
His name.
His name is Rick and Morty.
I love Mr. Morty, young Morty.
Oh, no.
But I thought this was perfect because it's everyone's two favorite series combined. Big Bang Theory, more importantly Sheldon, with Rick and Morty. So it's really a love child of both of those, titled Old Sheldon. So there you have it. This is my pitch to you, CBS. Just send me the blank check. I'll accept it. Just send it. I'll add a couple zeros to the end. We'll get it going. Old Sheldon, the hit series, hit the #1 show in America. Old Sheldon, CBS. This is my final offer.
Think about this. Not only do you start the revolution of Old Sheldon, which, is going to be a smash hit for the young, the old, the middle-aged. Everybody will love it. It's a family-friendly feature that everybody can frankly enjoy. But more importantly, you could have spin-offs on that. You could have an anthology series with movies. You could have an animated TV special. You could have a lot of different things working with Old Sheldon. And he gets to keep saying Bazinga. That's the funny part.
That is the best part.
Yeah, God, that's funny.
The Bazinga Cinematic Universe.
Bazinga.
Oh my god, I was crying.
I feel so bad for you, Kyle. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. You missed it, dude.
Oh, you'll see it. And it'll be 10 times as funny. But that's...
For those listening on the audio version, be for sure to check out the video version. I'm sure that'll be a treat.
Oh, we narrated it.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
So I want to take your idea. So we're gonna this is gonna be a little bit cut from the same cloth.
And I want to make it mine.
Yeah, I like it.
So I think a popular thing for spin-offs to do is to take a well-established popular character and move forward in time, right? That's what a lot of these are, or go back in time. In my case, we'll be going forward. So everybody is familiar with. Do you guys like animated TV movies, or just animated movies that went to theaters as well?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all fans. So. One of them that a lot of people really seem to enjoy is one of my favorite movies, starring Alec Baldwin. It's Boss Baby. You guys remember Boss Baby?
Never saw it.
Oh no!
So Boss Baby is a very funny show where here's the joke. Okay,
movie.
It's gonna be pretty advanced humor. So see if you can pick up what I'm throwing down. So it's like a baby, except he has a suit and he acts like an adult.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
You laughing at me? Now that's... I love that. See, and here's the thing with Boss Baby. So Boss Baby, would you guys consider him a child prodigy? I think I would. From a young age like that, to be running a successful home business.
Yeah.
Child prodigy. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what happens to a lot of child geniuses or child prodigies, but as a lot of them grow
drug
up,
addicts.
A lot of them grow up and have a lot of struggles with motivation. They learn bad habits when they were young because they never needed to try. So my series is a spinoff about Boss Baby, where he loses all of his motivation and struggles with long-term depression and has to somehow pick up the pieces and figure out the habits he didn't learn as a child and try to reapply them and learn them as an adult.
Okay.
Is the title of this Boss Man?
No, he doesn't really have the motivation for that or the life skills for that anymore. So he's kind of just like unemployed, sad man.
Oh.
Okay.
Working title. But you get I think the premise is strong. I think there's a lot to work with here. What does the Boss Baby... I don't think we've seen him faced with true adversity. I don't know. I never watched the movie. Also, this does count as a TV show spinoff because I was looking on Netflix and apparently there is a 12-episode Boss Baby series.
Oh, really?
Short. Yeah.
How are you surprised of that? Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh.
No, I have not seen the Boss Baby series, but
you're missing out.
This is just my rudimentary understanding of Boss Baby, and I think there's a lot to play with here, a lot of lore for the Boss Baby.
So, I think on top of that, one thing you could do, because Alec Baldwin is the voice of the original Boss Baby, how about for the movie or this, whatever you're going with Unemployed Sad Man, let's have it be his less successful little brother. The other Baldwin.
Brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks and sounds just like him.
The real Baldwin.
The other one.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Oh, there's like 5 of them or something.
I think there's a couple, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know my Baldwin anthology. I don't know my
Spin-off right there. Baldwin.
Baldwin. I like that. That's strong.
No, I like it because too often we see animated kid shows being happy. I want one that shows real life.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
are we just supposed to teach our kids that everything's just peaches and cream?
Right.
You know,
Unbelievable.
What am
everybody's
I
too
always?
soft nowadays.
Am I always supposed to escape from reality? No,
No,
never.
Yeah, a lot of these.
let me stew in it.
Yeah.
A lot of these snowflake millennials are too busy growing up with movies where it's always a happy ending, where everybody, the good guy wins. Well, guess what, buddy? Get a dose of reality and realize the good guy doesn't always win. It's the ones who are clever and hardworking. Those are the ones who be coming out on top.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to deal with some struggles and some adversity. I don't think the Boss Babies really had to deal with very much. It's kind of sad.
Plus, to double down on this
Silver spoon. That's what I say.
Yeah. To double down on this, it really puts babies in their place.
Absolutely.
They've been real
Those
quiet
little
since Kyle
skits,
pitched
am I
this. They've been real quiet since Kyle pitched this idea. I'm
That's
just going
right.
to say
I haven't
that.
heard any babies try to talk a little smack.
I don't hear anything. I don't hear a single baby talking shit.
So, I think ever since Boss Babies come out, I think a lot of babies nowadays are getting a little too high and mighty, a little too
Yep.
full of themselves. They're thinking, I can just don the suit and tie, and I can run this establishment. Like, I don't know. I don't think you really had to deal with too many life experiences. I don't think you're qualified.
Yeah. Do you even know what a resume is?
Seriously, where's your cover letter, buddy? Yeah. Hey, little Timmy, while you're sucking on that noogie, you could be on Indeed.com applying for jobs. Trying to
Right.
put a little meat on the table. I know, that's what everybody else has to do. You really think that formula pays for itself? I don't think so.
How come when I apply for a job, I need 3 years experience? You're not even 3 years old.
Yeah.
This is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit. Fuck that. I love this show. Make Boston Baby unemployed.
Yeah, at first I thought this was going to be about Boss Baby trying to overcome this. No, I think we're just going to see Boss Baby grow up and wallow in his own depression because he was too much of a cocky little shrimp when he was a kid.
It's true.
This is the you get what's coming to your show.
Oh my god.
So that's my idea.
I like it.
I'm all here for it. I'm
Yeah.
all here for working sad or unemployed sad man.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
They should have came out with working class baby, lower middle class baby.
Yeah, they should have. Grew up working in a factory, breathing weld fumes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1902 baby.
I'd rather watch that. Oh.
Okay. Well, so I have one that kind of relates to Zach's a little bit. A very popular sitcom. This one is called Friends. I don't know if you've heard of the show Friends.
Never.
I love that. I love that show. That's with the funny guys.
So
It's with
explain
the
it.
funny guys.
Can you explain it to me as someone who's never heard of the popular hit TV show Friends?
So imagine you're living in New York. You're 30 to 35 years old,
Yep.
and you got a group of friends.
Yep.
Okay, well that last part I literally can't even fathom. So
Right.
my suspension of disbelief is already out the window.
Okay. Okay.
And one important thing about Friends, there's a funny guy who says, "How you doing?"
And that brings
that
me
is fun.
to my spin-off, okay?
Oh.
Everybody's favorite Friends knucklehead, Joey Tribbiani. I want a prequel series about Joey Tribbiani. And I know a lot of you guys at home are thinking, well, which way are you going to go with this? Are you going to go into his Italian working class family where he grew up the only boy of a family of 8 or 7 girls?
Please specific.
No.
I think that was his life.
I don't think I am going to go into that. You could go into the fact of how when he was younger, he struggled with simple mathematics. But no, I'm not going that way either.
Okay.
I want to know
Left and right.
how a kid from Queens, New York, could grow up being a Yankees fan and a Dodgers fan, a Knicks and a Clippers fan, a Giants and a Jets fan, a Rangers fan and a Red Wings fan. That's what I want to find out.
Is this actual Friends Joey lore?
Is it on the Friends wiki?
I did not make this up. This is Friends lore.
Okay.
This man is a diehard sports fan of 8 major sports teams across 4 different sports.
What a coward. What a fucking coward move.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is there are 2 ways you could go about this. You could go and it could almost be like an exploration piece of what type of mental hurdles does a young child from Queens, New York has to jump through to fully back 2 pro sports teams in 4 major sports.
Yeah.
Or what
in several different metropolitan areas.
Yes. Or what I would prefer, almost a triumphant work of art about how much dedication and mental fortitude it takes to, again, be fully dedicated to 8 sports teams.
How does one man ask so many women, "How you doing?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
How does he do it?
He-
See, I have to ask the question.
I'm here for it.
What is the title of this show? Because if I'm under the correct impression here, there is already a spin-off titled Joey.
It was a sequel series. I didn't know if you knew that. I didn't know if you knew that yet.
No, I did not know that.
I thought that's why you made it a prequel. They literally had a spin-off called Joey.
Wow, this works out perfectly. We can get the full trilogy of Joey.
Yep.
You know what?
There is no way.
We could call it Young Joey.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, we could.
Oh my god.
Young Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. I love it already.
It almost goes hand in hand with Young Sheldon because Joey Tribbiani is the anti-Sheldon.
What?
Okay.
What if? Well, I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about this. What if we had a crossover episode? Let's go!
Yes.
Oh man, dude. Oh man, it's over. It's over. Oh my god.
We have cracked the code to television.
Dude. We did.
I'm laughing just thinking about it. It's so
Honestly, I did not know there was a spin-off series already of Joey.
literally just called Joey.
Well, you want to know what I was thinking the title would be? Joey.
I can't believe this.
Oh my god.
Right now.
Oh my god.
You could have how many terrible TV characters, and you picked the one that already had a spin.
Oh my god. Oh wow. That's beautiful.
I'm legitimately like flabbergasted. This is not a bit.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that blows my mind. I did not know we already
Yeah.
had a spin-off series.
Oh
but
yeah, it didn't last long.
I'll be doing some research tonight.
Now, this actually begs a question. Has there ever been a successful series or spin-off series that's just, or I should say spin-off series, that's just like the title of a character from another show? There's actually one I can think of, because Frasier was a spin-off.
Yep, Frasier was.
Frasier was the other one I was thinking about. That the only other good spin-off.
But the only other good spin-off, that, because there's a lot of that just have like the name of a character.
Is there?
Like what else?
Yeah. There's we get the ones we mentioned. There's Joey. I guess you could consider Young
Planet
Sheldon.
Sheen, which I brought up. I've already hated it on
Yup.
Planet Sheen.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think Sesame
great.
Street, technically Elmo had a spin-off series.
Sure, dude. That's probably pretty successful, to be
That
fair.
was actually probably
You
yeah.
won't hear Elmo slander here.
Right, no kidding. So this is actually a perfect segue. I've got one more I want to pitch here. So do you guys remember? It never happened. It got axed at the final second. But if you watch the final season of The Office, there's one very different episode than everyone else, and that's when they go to Schrute Farms. That's because originally there was going to be a spin-off Dwight Schrute series that Thank God they never made that.
What a disaster that would have been.
But they set up all these random one-off characters. Suddenly he's got a sister, another brother. Mose has like some lore behind him. It's just a bunch of shit going on with Schrute Farms, and it was actually supposed to be titled, well, thank God they never did this too, because it would have axed the Angela storyline, and that would have been really dumb to do anyways, and it would have had a new romantic interest, whatever, really stupid. Happy it didn't happen, but we're going to reboot it. We're going to bring it back. It was supposed to be called The Farm. And, and I want to bring it back, and I want to make it tied with The Office, but with no Office characters, and the cast will be us.
Yeah.
So we will be the Farm cast.
Yeah.
And
now we're really starting to cook.
Yep. And this is perfect that Kyle's dressed up, because he'll be the one the character that was working at Dunder Mifflin, who brings these stories with him to connect it very loosely to The Office.
Okay.
So he's going to be like, man, Manager Schrute was going crazy again today. And we'll be like, oh, we know that guy. He's got the beats. And
the larger Office cinematic universe. Okay.
yeah, and I think I can be like a Dennis Reynolds type, where I'm just crazy and like all I care about is the farm. And Fenner, since he's Doc Firmer, is the doctor of the farm. Maybe he's the vet.
Oh, I could be, yeah. I look after all the ailing cows and pigs. I like that.
I think we've got something here. It already was in place at NBC. NBC has like no hit series right now. The Farm.
And what happens when you launch your own streaming service? You know what you need? A whole line
Originals.
of exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
What better timing would there be for The Farm to be on everybody's favorite streaming service? Hope you're watching this, NBC. Please give us an email or a shout out. We love you.
If you're not watching this, I fucking hate that I still pay for that.
No, it hasn't started yet.
Peacock doesn't exist. You're thinking of
Oh,
CBS.
yeah.
All Access.
CBS. Yep. Fuck
Oh, we also
CBS.
love the good people at CBS. Please don't hate us.
No, CBS
So,
already
anyways,
loves us.
NBC needs us just as much as we need them. I think
Yep.
this is a match made in heaven.
Yep.
We get the license of the Office cinematic universe.
Yep.
We get to have cameos from everybody's favorite characters. You know, when there's Stanley.
We would only get the C-list Office characters, like the two characters who were introduced in the last season. We would only get those guys.
No.
Yeah, we wouldn't even get like the original cast.
No, Creed would be way too busy for us.
Right. Maybe we could get like Karen for an episode.
We would get
Phyllis. I bet Phyllis doesn't have a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Okay.
There's a lot to work with here.
Yeah. Yeah, and frankly, to build off of that, NBC, if you are listening, Peacock is a great name for a streaming platform and not a stupid one at all. Frankly, I love it.
That's the name of it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, no, it's a really funny name that totally isn't completely ridiculous and forced.
Yeah.
No, it's really good.
It's not forced at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest. I will definitely be subscribing to Peacock. Are you kidding me?
What is it? I just.
Everybody's favorite. It's
It's
Peacock.
Peacock. Come on.
Like, what is the?
It's
what's the
Peacock.
thing?
The logo is a peacock. You know, don't you think of that when you see the NBC logo? Not just NBC. Don't you think of
And
a
you know
peacock?
what? You know what? You know, like you watch something
I
like
get it.
Netflix. It's like you hear Netflix and you're thinking flicks, movie. It
Yeah.
connects. I mean, you're thinking Peacock. You're
Yeah, you're
thinking
thinking
dramas
The Office.
and comedies and
Parks and Rec.
yeah.
Like, come on.
Absolutely, okay.
That's the first thing. People bring up, like, they'll be like, oh, I was at the zoo and I saw a peacock. And I'll be like, what? It's not out until next year. What are you talking about?
I'll ask you this.
I forget it's an animal.
What rolls off the tongue when you're trying to, you know, you're at the bar, you and another consenting adult are really just like hitting it off, and you're like, hey, what do you want to do after? Peacock and chill?
Yep.
It's on
Netflix.
I'll say it.
I like that. No kidding.
Maybe my
Peacock
girl
and
can
chill.
go Peacock later.
Oh. Lucky I haven't subscribed yet.
Oh,
yeah.
me and the
Oh,
fellas have a joint account. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
We're all watching Peacock. But no, I think that's a great name for a streaming service. Definitely
you.
not funny at all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
What, you laughing at the cock?
I'm gonna switch networks quick, okay?
Laughing at the cock.
So, we don't joke around here, not on this pod. We are only bringing up very serious things, and I'll bring up another one. So, a big thing nowadays is you see a lot of accounts on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What they like to do is they like to take content other people have made and kind of blatantly and shamelessly steal it and make it their own, right? That's a big Instagram kind of thing. You see it a lot on Twitter accounts where it's no credit to the original artist for their jokes, their memes, their whatever. So now I think would be the most appropriate time to reboot an old Comedy Central series that takes that is inspired by doing nothing but stealing other people's jokes, and we're gonna make Mind of Mancia 2, starring Carlos Mencia and Daniel Tosh of Tosh.0 fame. See, now they made their whole fame by doing nothing. Like Carlos Mencia, all he did was steal Bill Cosby's jokes, and that was it. That's all he did, and then he got paid buckets for it.
Mm-hmm.
So you combine that with the complete unoriginality of Daniel Tosh and his show, where all he does is not credit people and take their online videos and just put them in a compilation for everybody that's easy to digest. We steal all the jokes, put them together, form like Voltron, and we make Mind of Mancia 2.
I want to add one more. I'm glad you included Daniel Tosh because everyone loves the funny guy who stole it videos for his own show. I think we should also include the
Rob Dyrdek?
Yes, Rob Dyrdek and company from Ridiculousness.
Yes.
They also love watching videos. Like, we need the best reactions to the funny videos, like falling and ouchie, oh, what, oh, man. Those are great.
Oh, could we also get Bob Saget?
I was just gonna say, you gotta get Bob Saget, too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Funny guys.
Bob Saget. Here's the only credit I'll give Bob Saget. At least people sent in their videos for Bob Saget to do and their nice home VHS tapes. Unlike the others who would just see, look at this funny video. Look at that joke. Mine.
I'm gonna say the punchline and say it was mine the whole time.
They can read tweets of other actually funny people and then not credit the original tweeter. That'd be fire.
And just keep repeating the punchline. It's great. It's awesome.
I think there's a lot to work with here, and I think now it is the best time to reboot that series. That's about 4 seasons. Mind of Mancia is the worst show I've ever watched. I remember that would always come on after watching Chappelle's Show as a kid, and my God, that went from 10 to 0 on the funny scale real fast.
I could not tell you who this Mind of Muncie or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
You don't know Carlos Mencia? Oh,
I don't
boy.
think so. But he's funny, so I like him.
No, the whole shtick with Carlos Mencia, there's a reason he's not around anymore, is because his whole thing was he just stole jokes from Bill Cosby. That was his career.
Oh.
I've never seen this guy before.
Oh, yeah, no. This, in the early 2000s, he, before Dane Cook, was the biggest comedian in the world.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
Carlos Mencia.
Wow, what a handoff. Him to Dane Cook.
But I don't think anybody ever thought he was funny. Yeah, because Dane Cook got popular because he just put all of his comedy on MySpace.
Okay.
That's why everybody knew about Dane Cook.
Oh, okay.
And then he got stand-up specials. So Dane Cook was ahead of his time.
He's like the Soldier Boy of comedy, some would say.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Wow.
It's like you kind of hate him, but at the same point, you got to respect the hustle a little bit.
Yep.
I don't want to give
But
you
I still hate him.
credit, but
yeah, I was gonna say I'm not giving Dane Cook any credit.
at least I assume Dane
The
Cook's
BK Lounge? Come on.
I do respect that. I respect
very
that.
Funny stories are his own. I could be completely wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if I was. But hey, what are you gonna do? I had one. Sorry, I was gonna shift gears a little bit. If you guys
go for it.
I have one more half a suggestion. This one's kind of half baked. I hope you guys can fill in the fill in the blanks for me. So, while we're talking about unfunny TV shows, Bigger Mouth. It has more unfunny jokes. The characters are even uglier, and it's them like a little bit older, and they're still like doing the same gross out puberty thing. I don't know the rest of it. It's just called Bigger Mouth.
Hey,
something's even harder.
The one thing I think we could really add to Big Mouth, add to Bigger Mouth, is I need at least 2 or 3 characters that are also voiced by Nick Kroll.
Okay, strong.
That's what I'm looking for.
I think you could have an entire cast of people voiced by just Nick Kroll, and then the other half of the characters are all voiced by Seth Green. I think that would make some very good comedy. Very funny.
I like where we're headed with this.
I'll tell you what. I love getting on here and playing a character who loves this shit. I cannot stand for this. I cannot go along with this. I cannot meme. I cannot laugh. I don't want any fucking big. I don't want bigger mouth. I don't want big-ass mouth. I don't want any big mouth. I don't want anything.
Small mouth.
I don't want it all. Anything with Nick Kroll and that animation being funded by Netflix, not a chance. I can't even entertain this one.
Normal sized mouth could have some play.
Just mouth.
We've had
everybody's favorite show. Nothing weird happens. They're just living their lives, and it's like
we've all got mouths.
Hey, watch that new mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. So bigger mouth.
Oh my god, I cannot. There's something about that show that triggers me more than anything.
I couldn't even joke about it. That's
couldn't even. Bigger mouth, my god.
It's double the funny.
Apparently, people love it. People love
double
it.
Negative is even more of a negative.
We are so in the minority of disliking this show.
No. I'm cutting that off right now.
No. People love that show.
Dislike this show than like it.
I don't think so. I think people love this show. I only know a couple people in real life who say, yeah, I hate that show. I know people have suggested that show to me a couple times.
I think I might be too much in like my own little internet bubble at this point, to where I think like niche opinions are actually like the more
majority.
Popular yeah. I think I might have hit that point because I don't see anybody even giving this one half of a pass.
The only reason
I have nobody on my Twitter timeline that even talks about Big Mouth.
Oh, they did. They did back in the day. Nothing about it being good. It was always, wow, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
The only reason I say that is because I saw a funny tweet, and Kyle knows about it, basically roasting Big Mouth, and the replies were all like, if this was on Comedy Central, you guys would like it a lot more. What did Big Mouth do wrong? And they were getting thousands of likes. And I was just like, really? You're gonna defend Big Mouth? Why?
Like, if I was 14, maybe I'd like that show. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
still wouldn't. I hated ugly shows. No. Still wouldn't.
That's the thing. Like, that is the ugliest show I've ever
So
seen.
ugly.
Like, there is nothing that's even like quirky or kind of like funny, cute about like the animation. It's just gross.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will. Hey, I'll tell you what. Maybe we have to tease this. We might have to do a top 3, bottom 3 TV shows.
How about Big Mouth episodes?
I was gonna say maybe we do a live stream of us watching the first season of Big Mouth.
I don't know if we make it a full season.
No. Here's the thing. When we eventually come out with our Patreon, that'll be one of the tier lists. You can watch Big Mouth with us.
Yeah, you have to pay like $200, and it's like the biggest one.
I ain't doing that shit for free. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it has to be a lot. You're paying me time and a half. Oh my god. Enough Big Mouth. I don't want to waste any more anger.
I'm just yucking it up. Yeah, this character's jerking off.
That's the jokes.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Look at this one. He's awkward.
yeah, he's a weirdo.
I have 2 ideas. I don't have a whole lot of evidence or anything. Well, one of them is basically, okay, so this is really big. Very nice childhood TV show that I think we all liked. A spin-off of The Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
Okay. I always wanted a spin-off of Chip Skylark, and it was just basically like a musical version of The Fairly Odd Parents.
I kind of like
this. Is legit the best idea. Like, that's a fantastic idea.
See, this actually reminds me, and this is something I thought even like back as a kid. How did no company that makes toothpaste incorporate that song with Shiny Teeth and Me to unveil their new kids line of.
I mean, what a fucking banger song!
What idiots to not use
Shiny
that?
Teeth and Me can go on the iPod any day. I'll just say that.
Absolutely.
Even just thinking about it, it's in my head now. It was that good.
Shiny teeth.
No, imagine
just
trying
like
to
the
get kids
morning
to brush their teeth with
clouds.
like a 30-second spot ad
Yes.
dress for kids, where it's like
Yes.
bubblegum flavored. And you're brushing up, and it's like, it's me and Chip. Just brush
Yeah.
your teeth.
Yo.
I mean, that always made me want to go brush my teeth.
Yes. An absolute banger. But yeah, I thought, like, I wanted that when I was a kid. As soon as we came up with this TV spin-offs idea, that was the first thing that popped into my head.
That's legit good, because the best spin-offs aren't just capitalizing off the magic of the original one. That's why, like, Better Call Saul is so good, because it's very different than Breaking Bad. That could be very different than Fairly Odd Parents. That's legit a great idea.
It works really well to have like a side character that never got properly like really really developed.
Yeah,
and
right.
I think that's like the best. Like nobody wants I mean people would have wanted it, but I don't think it would have had the same effect to just be like, here's a Jesse sequel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a movie, sure, but like I don't think a whole TV show. It would have just been chopping the flavor of Breaking Bad too much.
Yeah.
The other one I had, Kyle, I know you are not a Game of Thrones person, and Zach, you did not finish Game of Thrones, but Arya was my favorite character. There was rumors that there was going to be an Arya spinoff about what happens after everything that happened in Westeros, her going west of Westeros and exploring. I want that. I love Arya. I thought she was the best character in that show. And yeah, that's what I want.
I know it will wake Kyle up. Bazinga, bazinga, bazinga. It worked this time. No, I heard they were going to do.
Looking forward to seeing.
Oh, it's going to be. Oh, it's so good. But I thought they were going to do a prequel with the guy who gets his head chopped off.
They no. Well, I think the prequel that they're gonna do is they also had books about it called The Dance of Dragons, where it's going to be like 200 years before the events of Westeros, just talking about like the Targaryen rule.
Okay, yeah.
Which the book, Dance of the Blood of the Dragons, Dance of the Dragons, Blood of the Dragons, I think. That book is very good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, if we're on the topic of like a serious spin-off quick, I think this has been one that has been wanted for like over a decade. Give me a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series. Everybody wants that. Just do it. I love the idea of a series that's set in an established universe, but it's with completely different characters, a completely different time period, with the same rules and everything. Just make like an entirely separate story. Just adapt that. Very, very minor tangent. I just want that.
I would also just like a trilogy, a movie trilogy. Like,
Sure.
If you're going to bring in new movies, you got to do it. Knights of the Old Republic. Too cool.
Just another thing going off Star Wars. Our buddy Joe put it in our group chat today or yesterday, I think. The new animated Star Wars series based off the Clone Wars, The Bad Batch. I don't know what I think about that.
I just saw
I don't know either.
I saw that picture and I saw the title, and the title is like so muddy. I just assumed it said "bad bitch."
It's about Ahsoka.
Ugly fonts, and I actually had to do a double take because I'm like, that doesn't seem very kosher for a kids audience from Disney, but sure.
I liked the Bad Batch like when they first got introduced into the Clone Wars. I thought they were kind of cool.
If it's made by the same team, it'll be good. That's all
I'm not familiar.
So the Bad Batch is basically clones that have desirable flaws, basically. Like one of them's really good at tracking, one of them's really big and strong, you know.
So it's kind of just like they had like okay, I see what you're saying. Like
It's right.
Almost mutation.
There's something that's
cloning
weird
process.
that they couldn't be clones. It's pretty cool. I'm excited. Looks cool.
They're cool. The only thing I was thinking is just they honestly did have like almost a full season. It felt like anyways based on them already. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it could be really good. It also could be kind of we've already seen a lot of them, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. excited for more Star Wars, so that's cool.
Yeah, Clone Wars is my favorite piece of Star Wars content, so.
I have to agree on that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you guys don't have any more ideas, I think we made our case. I think we really made our case. I think my old Sheldon idea is $1 million. It's a moneymaker. So I want it to be known now that this was pitched on the Farmcast in 10 years when this show happens.
I also I'm gonna give my closing statement now.
Okay.
When it comes to this, we have come up with great ideas. Now, these ideas, I would love for any of these major networks or minor networks, frankly, I'm not going to be that picky, to get in contact with us about these great ideas. We have a lot to bring to the table, but just so you know, if you do bring these ideas to the table, make sure you mention us, and B, you bring us in, because these are our ideas. I think we have the best mindset to bring them into fruition. I think we can carry them from point A to point B to the final destination. So if you ever need these series to come to reality, come to the Farmcast. We'll be sure to produce, direct, star in all of these shows. I can be old Sheldon.
If anybody wants to make a young Joey prequel series, you don't need to involve me. Just cut me a check. That's fine. I don't need my name attached to it.
This one's just going to be titled More Joey.
Yeah. Didn't have enough the first time.
The second time.
Yeah.
I do want my name attached to Mouth, though. That's what I want my name attached to.
I want my name attached to Unemployed Sad Man.
Sorry, backhand.
Yeah. It's just a vlog series. There's no production.
Directed.
Produced. Oh my god, that's good.
Zach is the sad unemployed man.
Well, network execs, thank you for watching. You can follow us on social media. When you that's how you can get in contact once you DM us about how much you're going to pay us. We can figure out the contracts later. At the Farmcast Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us there.
Also TikTok.
And TikTok. And yeah, thank you for listening and investing into such a group of talented young men. And also, make sure to subscribe on all streaming platforms on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and for video on YouTube. Don't miss out on...
Feel free to leave a comment or a 5-star review telling us what your favorite spin-off series currently are and what spin-off series you would love to see. So feel free to let us know. We always respond to comments. We love to interact with our audience, and we'll respond to all tweets as well. Absolutely.
So, hey, stay tuned for Farmcast. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you don't steal any of our fucking ideas. But thanks for watching. Stay safe. Take care. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Farmcast. Bye.